Yeah. Yeah, you know what it is, man. Home TV. Hustlers on a mission every day. Right now we on the everyday shit channel because oh y'all already know, man. I don't know what happened. Sending me for something, man. We don't know what happened, man, but whatever. We'll figure it out later. You know what it is? Everyday shit, media, Starhood, entertainment, the turtle never lose. Sponsored by dividendsapparel.com. Whatever you do, make sure you do it capital. Create a positive impact today and later. Fuck them haters. Get your paper straight like that. That's from the heart, nigga. You see what the motherfucker title is. I'm finna get right into it because shit been bugging me. I don't know what's wrong with these bitches. But before I get into it, when I say bitches, I don't know what's wrong with these women. But the food they eating, the liquid they drink, I don't know what the fuck. Water, the fuck. Let's get it right into it. You know what it is, man. R&R session. Real nigga reaction from a real nigga like myself. You feel me? Reactions from a real nigga. Welcome to my real nigga reaction.
Got real. We got the killers on 4K and then in chains.
Now turn around. Put your hands behind your back. All right, go to your knees. Put your hands behind your back. Open the car door. Let me see your hands.
With Foolio's murder putting Tampa under the spotlight, the feds were called in, and they didn't disappoint. Foolio's killers are already in cuffs. The details of their actions are nothing short of shocking. But the secret behind the motive of the killing that the FBI had just made known to the public is what no one saw coming. Foolio's murderers arrested.
Isaiah Chance, Elisa Andrews, Sean Gaithright, Davion Murphy, and Rashard Murphy are all accused of playing a role in Jones's death.
After a month of investigation, the feds finally made arrests in Foolio's case. And these guys were literally caught in 4K because the footage is almost cinematic and the evidence against them is clear as day. The investigation into this brutal murder was a collaborative effort between the Tampa Police Department, TPD, and the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, JSO. Detectives worked tirelessly to gather evidence and develop leads that would eventually lead to the arrest of 3 suspects. On the afternoon of July 27, 2024, the JSO SWAT team made their move. Alicia Andrews and Isaiah Chance were arrested at a residence in Jacksonville in the middle of a heavy downpour.
Isaiah Chance, this is the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. Here at your driveway. We have a warrant for your arrest. Come to the front door with nothing in your hand.
All right, go to your knees.
And they got their ass in the
Put your hands behind your back. Now turn around. Put your hands behind your back.
On the other hand, Sean Gathright.
Well, that's crazy. Well, they really wanted your ass. They got you. They got concrete evidence, boy. They come to get you like that in the middle of a fucking storm, boy. That was that storm. They were like, damn, is it a hurricane coming?
Gathright was apprehended at a local Jacksonville shopping center.
Open the car door. Let me see your hands. Back up to the sound of my voice. Yep. Stop right there. Lift your shirt up.
Love and Hip Hop Atlanta is dropping its first cast album.
I want to put this album together with real artists.
With new love.
I'm going to bring the guy that I'm going out with.
And old affairs.
Jasmine saying that Kurt wants more sex with her. Hello, Rashida.
Who will be the breakout star?
I'm focused on my music.
And who will break under pressure?
We just went from being cool to now on blocks.
I'm going to get a restraining order. If you can't step up, then leave me.
Turn. Do a 360.
These arrests were made without incident, and the suspects were transported to Duval County Jail, where they remain in custody. However, the story doesn't end there. The search continued for the remaining suspects, with the focus shifting to Rashad Murphy. Rashad Murphy, a 30-year-old resident of Jacksonville, had managed to evade capture. The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, with assistance from U.S. Marshals, tracked Murphy's movements, piecing together his whereabouts. Their efforts led them to the Collins Preserve Apartments in the Ortega area of Jacksonville. In the early hours of Tuesday morning, a day after the first 3 suspects were arrested, SWAT units were deployed to the Collins Preserve Apartments. The SWAT team surrounded the apartment where Murphy was believed to be hiding, creating a perimeter to prevent any escape. College Kid reported that Rashad Murphy had barricaded himself inside the house with a gun and was refusing to surrender. Police negotiators attempted to communicate with Rashad Murphy, urging him to surrender peacefully. The standoff was tense, with officers prepared for any eventuality. After a tense standoff, Rashad Murphy surrendered just after midnight, ending the dramatic operation. Now only Davion Murphy is still at large. They all now face serious charges, including premeditated first-degree murder with a firearm and conspiracy to commit premeditated first-degree murder with a firearm. However, Sean Gathright faces additional charges of attempted premeditated murder in the first degree with a firearm and tampering with physical evidence. And according to the cops, the 5 had carefully planned and executed the evil plot to perfection. In the days leading up to his murder, tensions between the rival gangs in Jacksonville had reached a boiling point. The 6 Block gang had a long-standing feud with 2 other allied street gangs, ATK and 1200. This rivalry lasted over a decade, resulting in numerous violent confrontations and a trail of bloodshed. According to the Jacksonville cops, Isaiah Chance is a documented ATK member, while Rashad Murphy and Davion Murphy are a documented 1200 gang members. Foolio's affiliation with the 6 Block gang made him a target in this ongoing gang war. Between June 21st and 23, a sinister plot began to unfold. The 5 individuals conspired to eliminate Foolio as part of their gang retaliation. The group traveled from Jacksonville to Tampa, determined to track down and kill their target. On June 22nd, the suspects arrived in Tampa in 2 separate vehicles. Their mission was clear: locate Charles Jones and settle the score. The following day, June 23rd, Isaiah Chance and Alicia Andrews began their hunt, tracking Jones and his entourage to multiple locations.
As suspects were seen on video following Jones from location to location.
Using a cell phone, Chance coordinated with the other suspects, setting the stage for a deadly confrontation. On the fateful night of June 23rd, the suspects' plan came to a deadly fruition. Charles Jones and his entourage were tracked to the home 2 suites at 11606 McKinley Drive. The suspects' vehicles followed them to the hotel, where the final act of this tragic story unfolded.
At 4:15 in the morning, Jones began to head to a hotel on McKinley. One of the suspect vehicles is seen following the victim. However, instead of following them into a parking lot, they stage across the street.
Surveillance footage captured the chilling moments leading up to the murder. One of the suspects' vehicles was driven by Jones's parked cars twice as if to confirm their target's location. Then, in a coordinated attack, 3 armed shooters exited a vehicle and got into position. The feds got multiple footage angles showing the shooters' every move.
And you can see the shooters are getting in position for their planned out murder.
Did you see all the angles, nigga? Whoever put this shit together is real deep. This is a trap talk. Y'all goddamn did y'all did y'all YouTube investigator work.
And once they were in position, they opened fire on Foolio and his homies. Foolio's car sped off immediately after the shots rang out. Foolio was in the front passenger seat, directly in the line of fire.
And they are shooting at Charles now. And you can see that he's the passenger in that car that's moving and trying to flee.
The barrage of bullets was relentless. The shooters, identified as Rashad Murphy, Sean Gathright, and Davion Murphy, fled the scene, leaving behind a trail of chaos and devastation. It turns out that Foolio wasn't the only victim in the account. Cops revealed that 3 other people sustained gunshot wounds and miraculously survived.
At 4:38, 3 shooters exit a vehicle and walked in the direction of the hotel.
I want to go back to when they got left the club and shit, because I'm trying to see something personal for myself. Because I was
retaliation. The group traveled from Jacksonville to Tampa, determined to track down and kill their target. On June 22nd, the suspects arrived in Tampa in 2 separate vehicles. Their mission was clear: locate Charles Jones and settle the score. The following day, June 23rd, Isaiah Chance and Alicia Andrews began their hunt, tracking Jones and his entourage to multiple locations.
as suspects were seen on video following Jones from location to location.
Using a cell phone, Chance coordinated with the other suspects, setting the stage for a deadly confrontation. On the fateful night of June 23rd, the suspects' plan came to a deadly fruition. Charles Jones and his entourage were tracked to the home 2 suites at 11606 McKinley Drive. The suspects' vehicles followed them to the hotel, where the final act of this tragic story unfolded.
At 4:15 in the morning, Jones began to head to a hotel on McKinley. One of the suspect vehicles is seen following the victim. However, instead of following them into a parking lot, they stage across the street.
Surveillance footage captured the chilling moments leading up to
So is that across the street from the hotel? That look like the parking lot where we pull up to the club at. And if they right there, I thought when I pulled up, probably on the other side of the stairs, but that's why I can't see. Because I was further down. And that's after they didn't pull up, so now they following them.
the murder. One of the suspects' vehicles was driven by Jones's parked cars twice as if to confirm their target's location. Then, in a coordinated attack, 3 armed shooters exited a vehicle and got into position. The feds got multiple footage angles showing the shooters' every move.
And you can see the shooters are getting in position for their planned out murder.
And once they were in position, they opened fire on Foolio and his homies. Foolio's car sped off immediately after the shots rang out. Foolio was in the front passenger seat, directly in the line of fire.
And they are shooting at Charles now. And you can see that he's the passenger in that car that's moving and trying to flee.
The barrage of bullets was relentless. The shooters, identified as Rashad Murphy, Sean Gathright, and Davion Murphy, fled the scene, leaving behind a trail of chaos and devastation. It turns out that Foolio wasn't the only victim in the account. Cops revealed that 3 other people sustained gunshot wounds and miraculously survived.
At 4:38, 3 shooters exit a vehicle and walked in the direction of the hotel. They murdered Jones with a handgun and 2 rifles. This barrage of gunfire also struck 3 additional victims who miraculously survived this incident.
Although only 3 of the 5 pulled their triggers, all 5 are facing life in prison. It turns out that in Florida, if you participate in the planning of a murder, you can be held accountable for the person's death.
All 5 of these defendants are facing life in the Florida State Prison, even the ones who didn't pull the trigger. In Florida, if you participate in the planning of a murder, you can be held accountable for the person's death. And that is what we intend to do here.
The official story is bizarre. However, an even more sinister plot was uncovered in the streets and on social media. Popular commentator College Kid revealed that Alicia Andrews, who was among the 5 arrested, was at Foolio's party just before the murder. According to College Kid, Alicia fed Isaiah Chance and Sean Gathright Foolio's location throughout the night. 21-year-old Foolio murder suspect Alicia Andrews was allegedly celebrating Jacksonville rapper's birthday with him in Tampa. Told suspects Isaiah.
And I don't know how true this is. I heard another girl got killed in Jacksonville behind that shit too. I don't know how true that shit is or whatever.
Chance and Sean Gathright his location, the post read. Some in the comments section said that this is Alicia at the party. Was Foolio really backdoored? Just hours after the rapper was killed, fans were already piecing together evidence and compiling a list of people close to him who would have betrayed him. One of the first suspects was Foolio's affiliate, Kenny Caps. Kenny Caps has admitted on video and in front of Foolio that he is cool with Young and Ace and that they talk from time to time. While on the No Jumper podcast, Kenny straight up revealed that he was talking to Foolio's main op, even going ahead to say that he's cool with him, while an uncomfortable and clearly sad Foolio sits next to him.
I talked to Ace.
You can answer that for.
I talked to Ace like a week ago.
After Foolio was confirmed dead, Kenny took to Instagram to react to the news, saying, "You know my heart the numbest, but I understand and respect the game. I know you at peace. Baby boy hug Osama for me and never let him go. Let him know I'm still thugging and forever riding for this shit. I then put in too much work to lay down, believe that." However, his posts show that the 2 were together throughout the night. Another one of Foolio's affiliates who was with him throughout the night and has been hanging out with the ops is Ms. O. Foolio even posted him on the night he was killed.
My brother with me done popped out for me for my birthday. He done
and if a nigga around you and he trying to goddamn line some shit up, a smart nigga, he'll use a whole phone.
Well, Mizzo has been spotted with one of Ace's affiliates, rapper Backstreet.
Definitely ain't gonna use my phone.
In fact, just 3 months before the attack, the two took a vacation to Mexico together, something that baffled the internet. And now, a witness who is now under witness.
Hold on, let's go back to that. I think I missed something. Oh.
Him on the night he was killed.
Brother with me, he done popped out for my birthday. Oh God.
Well, Mizzo has been spotted with one of Ace's affiliates, rapper Backstreet. In fact, just 3 months before the attack, the two took a vacation to Mexico together, something that baffled the internet. And now, a witness who is now under witness protection has come forward and revealed shocking details about the murder and even suggested that more arrests could be on the way. Witness comes forward.
Of a paid hit. This a paid hit. It's not no regular shootout.
Just before the arrests were made, an employee at the hotel where Foolio was shot and killed came forward to reveal some interesting details that she had shared with the feds.
And if she shared that specific detail with the feds, that's RICO.
It seems the feds,
if they feel like it's enough evidence, if they find something in any one of them niggas' phones attached to something that say something about anything, man, look,
view her.
They finna be investigating this shit for at least another year, at least. Then, man, on some real shit, the feds investigate some shit like this for years. But how I ain't gonna say it was sloppy, but how advanced technology is, it'll be about a year, I think, bro. Cause they finna try to do the same thing they did with the. And then when they get Ace down here in Florida, it might be a fast trial, boy, because how they got the evidence, boy. And them bitches, well, we gonna see.
Her testimony is valuable, so they put her under witness protection. While speaking to
we gonna see if it's a similar. Definitely gonna see if it's a similar situation.
Popular YouTuber Ratchet TV, the woman revealed that a few days before the shooting, one of Foolio's ops may have gone up to the hotel where the shooting footage was obtained.
Two guys that you posted came there, like, I want to say that Friday. Two guys that already came to that hotel.
And you said a couple of them came up there before.
Yes, it's on camera.
And as it turns out, they were asking whether anyone had booked to have their party at the hotel later that night.
I came up there earlier that day to see have he been checked in. See have anybody checked in for this what they told her. And see have anybody checked in for their party tonight.
Remember, cops revealed that Foolio's killers had been on the lookout for Foolio for 2 days and were following him from location to location.
As suspects were seen on video following Jones from location to location.
So they followed him to that spot, probably like, oh, this nigga check in. Trying to see if he checked in, if he gonna come back.
That night, Foolio's party was abruptly interrupted when police arrived to shut it down. The group exceeded the maximum occupancy allowed at Airbnb, forcing them to leave. Foolio took to Instagram to express his frustration. He posted that the police had shut down the party and kicked him out of the Airbnb. Police shut us down and kicked us out Airbnb. That's crazy work, he posted. Now here's the kicker. The hotel only came into play after they were kicked out. It seemed as though Foolio had a backup plan in case cops shut down his party, since Airbnb parties often attract cops, unlike in a hotel. The only people who would have known about the hotel backup plan must have been his closest affiliates. And for his ops to know exactly which hotel to look at, they must have had an informant in Foolio's close circles. Or maybe his ops called the cops to his Airbnb party to have him thrown out of the house, knowing that they would go to that hotel where they would easily get to him. Even the cops revealed that his killers had planned out the hit to perfection.
The level of planning and coordination between these 5 defendants was truly alarming.
This shows the lengths that these individuals were willing to go through and achieve this murder.
The arrest seemed like the beginning of a RICO for gangs in Jacksonville, with cops being aware of ATK and 1200's role in Foolio's murder. And the hotel employee, who is now in witness protection, even revealed one of the gang members who was at the hotel before the murder happened. The hotel employees recognized one of the people who had visited the hotel before the shooting. This was none other than Yungeen Ace affiliate, Foul Out Sosa.
That guy came to our hotel.
Which one are you talking about?
Out Sosa, something like that.
Oh, Sosa.
Yeah, he been up there before.
It gets even deeper than this. Foul Out Sosa was among the first to post Foolio's dead body in his car hours after the shooting took place with the caption, "Damn boy." What's weird is that the cops had sealed off the crime scene with tape and didn't allow reporters to take pictures.
I don't understand how people got pictures because we had to back that. Camera crew couldn't even come up that close.
Turns out the hotel worker had already sent Sosa's picture to the authorities and was already talking to the FBI. A RICO may be on the way and Foolio's ops must be shaking in their boots. The Tampa police chief collaborated with this in a town hall meeting and revealed that the feds had entered the chat.
I'm working very closely with the Jacksonville sheriff. I spoke to him today. I've spoken to the statewide prosecutor. I've spoken to our prosecutor. I've spoken to the FBI and the ATF, and everybody is working together to ensure that we can make an arrest and hold those accountable that are coming into our city committing these violent crimes.
And even from the town hall, it was easy to notice that the cops knew exactly what had taken place that night. Foolio was killed even before the arrests. First, the authorities already knew that Foolio had set himself up by giving his ops his location.
So what they do, they go to a safe place, but they make their mistake by getting on social media. They let folks know where they're going to.
The arrests come as no surprise, as Tampa police and the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office had been giving hints and clues to the press about what was to come. For example, they had both discussed looking into social media posts and song lyrics to solve the case.
Are you guys looking at the social media aspect?
Absolutely. We're looking at the social media. We're working with our Jacksonville partners, getting intelligence on that.
And they talk about it in rap videos and songs.
With Foolio's main op releasing 2 diss tracks describing Foolio's murder, it's only a matter of time before the feds get to him. In fact, his every move is already being monitored by cops.
So Yungeen has long been known in Jacksonville, but he can't move around in Jacksonville without us knowing about it.
Foolio may finally get justice for his brutal murder. However, he is not the only rapper whose killers have been caught. Young Dolph's killers are in jail getting bullied and some of their family members have been killed, while FBG Duck's killers are looking at life in jail. Rappers' killers who've been arrested. FBG Duck was shot and killed at Michigan Avenue and East Oak Street in the Gold Coast area of Chicago.
That wasn't FBG Duck. That was not Duck. That wasn't Duck. I gotta play them up.
Chicago on August 4th, 2020, an incident that had been caught on camera. CCTV footage showed a black car stop in front of a store and
I can't remember the nigga's name, who that was, but that was not FBG.
Armed men jumped
That was not Duck.
out and immediately started letting off shots as Duck tried to escape in vain. They then jumped back in the black vehicle.
Damn, I ain't seen this. What? Oh. They did a 30. Well, that's not Duck.
In the Gold Coast area of Chicago on August 4th, 2020, an incident that had been caught on camera. CCTV footage showed a black car stop in front of a store and armed men jumped out and immediately started letting off shots as Duck tried to escape in vain. They then jumped back in the black vehicle and a gray Chrysler, which was also involved in the crime, sped away, leaving Duck to die. More footage showed the gray Chrysler pulling up to O Block with a cop car in pursuit. As the weeks turned into months, the police worked tirelessly, piecing together surveillance footage, eyewitness accounts, and social media activity. The breakthrough came when investigators discovered a trail on the internet linking the crime to the O Block gang. Social media posts boasting about the attack, coupled with video evidence that placed suspects at the scene, began to paint a damning picture. What sold them out the most was a YouTube video that has now been deleted where they snitched on themselves. In the video, viewers easily pointed out in the comments section that they could spot the car that had been used in Duck's murder. On October 13th, 2020, the feds raided O Block and arrested 5 men for FBG Duck's murder. These were C. Murda, Kenny Mack, Loss, C. Thang, and Muwap. The 5 were charged with murder, unlawful use of firearms, racketeering, and assault with dangerous weapons. The charges carried a mandatory minimum of life upon conviction. Muwap isn't the only rapper to find himself facing life in prison for murder. YNW Melly is also fighting a murder charge for allegedly shooting and killing his 2 best friends, who were also rappers. YNW Melly was arrested on the 12th of February 2019 in connection to the death of 2 of his friends. Anthony Williams, alias YNW Sack Chaser, and Christopher Thomas, alias YNW Juvie, were murdered on the 21st of October 2018. At first, it was reported that the two young rappers had been shot and killed in a drive-by shooting. This was reported by another member of their crew, YNW Bortland, who drove the pair to the hospital in a Jeep Compass. However, after months of investigation, the cops had a different view of things. The drive-by shooting story didn't add up. There were too many inconsistencies. According to police statements, YNW Bortland told cops that he and the two victims had just wrapped a late-night studio session when a car pulled up on his driver's side and opened fire as he was pulling off the freeway. He then drove to an emergency room in the early morning hours, asking for help for his two friends in his car, claiming they had been shot in the drive-by. Detectives arrested Melly and Bortland in February 2019 and charged them with 2 counts of first-degree murder. According to detectives, the two staged a drive-by after killing their two friends. The evidence, including CCTV footage pointing to Melly as the shooter, is overwhelming. First, detectives claimed they found a shell casing inside the Jeep, along with 8 matching shell casings in a different location, where they think Melly and Bortland shot the car to make it look like a drive-by. Reports also showed that the initial shot was fired from inside the car on the left rear passenger side. CCTV footage that showed the group leaving the studio that night helped investigators determine that Melly had been sitting on the left rear passenger side of the car. Juvie and Sack Chaser aren't the only rappers who've been gunned down by a fellow rapper. Young Dolph was also shot and killed by an up-and-coming artist, Straight Drop. 3 days after Young Dolph was killed, police received one of their first breaks in the case. The Mercedes-Benz used in the murder was found. Investigators discovered it had been stolen from an East Memphis gas station just a week before. According to Covington police, it was used in a different murder only 5 days before it was driven to the scene of Young Dolph's death. On December 9th, police arrested the first person they believed to be involved in the superstar's death. Cornelius Smith was arrested after a traffic stop in South Haven, Mississippi. Smith was picked up on an auto theft warrant involving the stolen white Mercedes-Benz. However, his arrest and alleged connection to Young Dolph's murder would not be publicized by South Haven police until later, as authorities across the country worked to find other suspects. On January 5th, 2022, 7 weeks after the murder, Memphis police announced a warrant on a first-degree murder charge for Justin Johnson. Justin Johnson, also known as Straight Drop, is a rapper from Memphis who became the main suspect in the murder of Dolph. Fans speculated that he had ties to the shooting once they recognized that the Mercedes-Benz used as the getaway car was featured in his music video for Going Straight In. After realizing they had snitched on themselves, the video was taken off the internet. U.S. Marshals had offered $10,000, and Memphis Police Department and Crime Stoppers offered $2,500 for information leading to his capture, and was also placed on the most wanted list. Johnson posted a message on his Instagram story days later, seemingly confirming he would turn himself in. Turning myself in Monday at 201, I'm innocent. I'll be back sooner than you can blink. 201 refers to 201 Poplar, the men's jail in Memphis, Tennessee. Despite promising to surrender himself on January 10th, the fledgling artist dropped a music video instead titled Track Hawk and disappeared from Instagram as his account was disabled or deleted. However, he was soon caught and arraigned in court. There is a history between Johnson and Dolph, although the exact details are unclear. Johnson was spotted in the background of a picture with young Dolph taken in 2018. A third suspect was also arrested in connection with Dolph's murder. Shondale Barnett was apprehended in Indiana and had reportedly been helping fellow suspect and would-be rapper Justin Johnson evade the police. Barnett was charged with accessory after the fact of first-degree murder and criminal attempt to commit first-degree murder. A fourth suspect, 43-year-old Hernandez Govan, who is alleged to have ordered the murder of young Dolph, was also arrested.
Mr. Govan has been indicted and is in custody for being involved in the young Dolph murder. He played the role of the person who solicited the murder.
With all eyes on Foolio's case, it's easy to see that everyone involved will be in handcuffs and possibly in a cell for the rest of their lives. It will be interesting to see how the trial unfolds. If you enjoyed this video, click on the boxes playing.
Yeah, man, it's just a tragic story. Or the artist back and forth of that shit never gonna end, even if that shit gonna continue for life. I already know. But shit, raps on this niggas. You know what I'm saying? Gotta do better though as a people, as a motherfucking art, as vicious as young niggas in the world, for real, bro. Now, what your people gonna do? What y'all kids gonna do now? These niggas got kids. Just watching one video how what you like who R.N.R for itself. Man, I guess R.N.R for itself. Hey man, Martin knows, man. Be a wise young nigga. Learn from other people's mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Be a wise young nigga. Learn from other people's mistakes. You'll go further in life. Promise you. You gotta make the mistakes yourself, man. Learn from other people's mistakes. Don't go that way. You could be a doctor. You could be a lawyer, nigga. You could be a scientist, change the world or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Find a cure for some shit and keep it to yourself if you find a cure for anything, because they might kill you. Do the best for yourself and help your people as best you can. You create whatever you create, because they will kill you if you try to stop their money. You gotta keep that shit to yourself. They might fuck around and invent some artificial intelligence. They might be able to alert their ass when somebody create some new shit out there that could change the world, cure some diseases, heal some people, advance technology, anything. That shit slow their money up. Them people will kill you. That this is another R&R moment, man. I'm just cooling, man, relaxing, getting some shit on my brain. You feel me? Life is too short. Remember that. Home Meat TV, hustlers on the mission, everyday shit, media, right here, sponsored by dividendsapparel.com. Whatever you do, make sure you do it capital. Create a positive impact today and later. Fuck them haters. Get your motherfucking paper. As you can see, I'm repping that Starhood Entertainment, yeah. Starhood, man. Whatever you think about, you could be a star in that shit. Like I said, a lawyer, doctor, scientist, shit. Anything you motherfucking dream of. Hey, man, do the best at that shit. Change the world. Do what you can do, man. Remember, real niggas do what they want to do. Bitch niggas do what they can. No ass motherfuckers gonna talk about it. The police ass motherfuckers gonna hate. Facts. They got them motherfuckers face, man. That's from the heart, man.